Hey guys, Brady here with your daily tennis lesson. So we're looking at high balls this week, kind of all across the board. Today we're going to take a look at the high backhand volley. Really a tricky shot for a lot of you club level players. I think the main culprit of why you guys don't hit this shot well is we start turning it into a little bit of a miniature backhand overhead, and therefore we start breaking the wrist. And I think that is really a breakdown in technique, which is why you guys aren't accurate with your high backhand volleys, and a lot of times you miss your high backhand volleys. So let me show you guys a couple of those real quick of kind of how I see it break down, and then let's go over a couple ideas of how you guys can improve this high backhand volley, okay? So like I said, this thing is coming in definitely above shoulder level, and I think a lot of you guys take the bait here. You're thinking, oh, it's up high, let me start kind of trying to smack down on it, and we start to, you know, get this wrist snap going. You know, I think you guys just need to be really careful that this doesn't become a wild shot for you. We want to rely on technique in situations that are tough for us, and I think majority of us would agree that a high backhand volley is not our forte, so to speak. So let's rely on great technique here. So couple things. What I want you guys to remember is if the ball's coming in high with a significant amount of pace, unless it's got a crazy amount of spin, there's a good chance it's going to go long. So what I always feel like is that my high backhand volley allows for me this little piece of footwork where I sidestep that left foot in behind my right foot, similar to what I would use on my backhand slice approach. And firstly, that gets me a good amount of momentum. And a lot of times the reason you guys go to that snap is because you're looking for some extra power, and the only place you can find it is out of the wrist. So I think you guys will start to feel this good amount of momentum, and therefore a little more pop on this volley if you guys can start to bring this left foot in behind your right foot when you hit this shot, okay? That brings us into contact. Like we said, we're looking at a volley that's gonna be up higher than shoulder height, and what I'm looking for you guys is to maintain your racket angle. Rather than snap the wrist like we said, which is a pretty big mistake, how you guys set this racket for a, you know, kind of a standard volley, set it the same for this high volley, and as you go through the shot, try to maintain that racket angle. And that way the strings stay with the tennis ball, and I'm therefore able to, you know, based on where I set my strings, able to just hold the ball on my target the whole way through the shot. And that's really the idea behind hitting a good high backhand volley for maybe a winner or getting our opponent to miss is more placement, not power, okay? So let's take a look at the high backhand volley here. Again, notice the little piece of footwork with that left foot coming in behind the right, and then look at that finish. I'm not trying to do anything more than keep that connection with that racket angle all the way through contact, okay? And those two right there, I felt a good amount of pop on those. If my opponent had been in the middle of the court, they're gonna get that back. Therefore, I would just start to work on improving my placement, not feeling like I gotta overpower my opponent with the high backhand. Okay, so that's all I got for you guys today. Please click a like below this video, and if you happen to be watching on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.